Good Sunday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel that broadcasts on a daily basis. Is that about the truth? Yeah, hey, good morning there. Morning there. It's the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel that I share all my fun time with to help others have fun. And it's a Sunday morning. It's the car show day, car meet day, and it's just a beautiful Sunday morning. Wow. I mean, this is total motorcycle riding time. Total. I mean, in all reality, we should be riding up on the motorcycles and then go ride the motorcycles. But the plan is to take the new cars. So here to the shop, and let's get the day going. As I did my project yesterday, I accomplished getting my Indian motorcycle Challenger, nicer exhaust back on the bike, and a really nice subscriber is getting a nice set of tab slip-on mufflers right over there. I gotta mail them to him. He's actually a Virginia native here, which is pretty cool. He's in the military, and I thought he maybe lived out in California, but I remember him kind of mentioning he lived in this area. But just so much information. So here we are in the Ice Age garage, and if you watch my channel, you'll see all the adventures. The Ford Mustang GT, lowered exhaust, short shifter, Plum Crazy. So I think this morning we're going to take the Plum Crazy over, and we're going to take the Vapor Blue over. So the two flavors are going to the car meet. And what is the kid driving? What would you think the kid's going to drive? Is she going to drive the Plum Crazy or the Vapor Blue? Well, I can already tell you it's going to be Plum Crazy. But over here is the Indian Challenger Elite. I finally had a chance to ride this motorcycle. Love this bike. I'm not going to sell it. Such a sad state of affairs for the Pursuit that just can't seem to get its act together. Just incredible. I mean, it truly is incredible on how the Indian has such a hard challenge of getting that Pursuit not to have that front end wheel wobble and steering wobble. We're looking for a hat for the Wheels Through Time. Today, I'm wearing the Wheels Through Time in recognition of Dale. If you know who Dale is, it was the barn find guy. That's how I found out who he is. And I go to his facility down there, Maggie Valley, North Carolina. I took the kid down there. We got videos of us going down there. And I have one of his hats. And I'm so disappointed because I can't immediately find it without me just having to take apart my cabinet here. So I can always in here if you kind of see what's going on. And I swore I had his hat. But you know what? It's just a collection of hats. You having fun yet on my channel? Watching me dig through all my stuff back here. Is it right here? Is this it? No, it's not. That's funny. There's a Dodge Charger hat. I forgot I even had that damn thing. That's classic. Guess I should get that out, right? Yeah, so anyways, we're going to go out to car meet. We'll walk around. We'll do the video. You having fun yet on my channel? So we'll walk around, do the videoing, and we'll see if we find anything interesting or entertaining to share with you and see if we get much attention on these new cars. So stay tuned. Let's get some exhaust note here in a sec as well. All right, we are ready to roll, believe it or not, heading to the car show. And here we go. Here's the Super B. And oh, here we go. It takes forever. Boy, that's a radical difference from what she used to have on that Challenger. I mean, radically different. Remember that Challenger, that smoke show? So, I mean, it's the first time she's driving this car. Just the first time my daughter has had a chance to drive the Plum Crazy. So, let's see here. Let me now get in my car. And I need my coffee. Do I even have enough waters? Never. It's always a project. Right, there we go. See that there, huh? How about that, right? I mean, I just think that car is so nice. I think that car's cool. Okay, my turn to crawl into the Mustang, which that's one thing about as you get older in life. You get these low-profile cars, and you're like, good Lord. So let's see here. Start mine up. Wow. that gurgle and pop. Wow. Yeah. How about that, huh? Well, that's a big difference in exhaust. All right, here we go. Kid, oh, here comes the wife. Can't escape. All right, the kid is anxiously waiting for Dad to get the hell out of here, which is never simple, but yeah, this exhaust, brand new exhaust, so, you know, I freaking forgot my glasses. I just had them, but, oh, well, we'll all make it all work on this beautiful Sunday morning. And here's the cat pack, which I think is just such a nice package. That car there. There's my big old finger in your way there. So we're definitely going to use exhaust on that car there. That's it for sure. I mean, have to do exhaust. That car just won't be justified without the noise on this beautiful morning. You know what I did the other day? I didn't realize, there's a kid already having fun in that car, that I didn't have this car in the sport mode. So the other day, so when they redid this car, oh, dang it, what that's all about, right? When we did this car the other day, they didn't have this thing. I don't even know what's going on here. It's in track. Oh my gosh, it's in track mode. Ah, that's funny. I thought it was in regular mode. One thing's for sure at the stick shifts are so much fun, but they're not fast. I mean, anybody out there wants to argue with me on that? You can't drive these cars fast. They're just not fast. So, oh, the kid's escaping me in that plum crazy Charger. Man, I would think today would be a really good car meet because it's such a beautiful morning. Yes, this is so interesting. You know, there's just so much technology in these cars, it's overwhelming. Even for me, it's just like, where is the sport mode? Where is the sport mode on this freaking car? I don't even know where the little symbol is. All right, so there's the kid getting up the road, right? We're in second gear. Yeah, she's getting a little fun time on that thing. One thing she's gonna want though is an exhaust note. And that's for sure. So, where is it? Anybody watching my YouTube channel? Where is the sport mode thing? I thought this car was supposed to show if I'm in sport. It just doesn't make any sense. So right now, I mean, I don't think I am. I'm gonna play this. All right, well, I guess I'm in sport mode. It's just so interesting in how my other cars that I have, it usually shows on like the main screen kind of what mode it's in. So very confusing. And some people out there just hate this technology. They just despise it. It's just too much. And I mean, which I get all that. I disagree. I mean, these cars are just putting so much information into them. But at the end of the day, what do you do besides getting your car started up, driving somewhere? And if you got the heat or AC on and you have electronic windows, I mean, I'm sure some people are like, yeah, it's just so ridiculous. And that's what's driven some of these cars to be so expensive. So right now, I'm in fifth gear, and you can kind of hear that exhaust note as we head to the car meet. And if anybody that doesn't watch my morning conversations, I had a really good week, I think, last week, because Monday's conversation was the multi-brand conversations. Tuesday was the flaw conversations. Wednesday was the strong conversations. Thursday was the weak conversations. And Friday was the satisfied conversations. So tomorrow morning I got to come up with a new theme. And what's that going to be? I think I know what it's going to be, but kind of keep that to myself right now. But anybody wants to listen to me talk in the morning and share my love of my cars and the different things and uniqueness to each one of them, and then kind of talk a little bit about kind of what's going on in the world around us, which I'm sure most people know, the crazy world we live in at this time. But anyways, I wonder how the car show will be. I wonder if there'll be anything special there, because this is kind of more of a really a local type of gathering where people are pretty consistent here. A while back, some guys are coming from Maryland, but it doesn't seem like they're still kind of coming around. So I don't know what kind of happened to those guys. And then a lot of these other earlier shows, a lot of people go to those and just don't come to this one. But here's the thing: it's fall back, so we gained an hour, I guess you could say. So right now it's 9 o'clock. It's really 10 o'clock from what we're used to. So I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning. I mean, I was just like, oh my gosh, it was just I hate. I'm sure a lot of people are on the same page. This constant forward the clock forward, fall back. It's so stupid. Just leave it alone. Leave it at the daylight savings time where you spring forward in the spring and don't touch it again. It's so ridiculous. And where I live in this Loudoun County area, they think freaking people go to high school. They don't even go to school till like 9 o'clock in the morning. I was leaving school like 7 o'clock in the morning when I was growing up. So this fear of everybody, in darkness in the morning, it's like, are you kidding me? The school systems now don't get kids in school till like 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30. It's not like it was. So what a waste. All right, the attitude shall prevail. Got to get my morning sandwich from Panera and then make our way over. And what do you think? People like Mustang. One thing is, but this seatbelt is right into my shoulder and my neck. My kid jumps in this car and she repositions it and everything. And this car has electronic seats where you can memorize anything. So, everybody else out there has a car that your spouse drives, that your kid drives it. And then the mirrors are all readjusted, the seats all readjusted. And you're just like, leave my car alone. Do not drive my car. All right, here we go. Once again, the Plum Crazy, it's a nice car, but at the same time, it needs that exhaust note. It doesn't have that exhaust note. That's the challenge. Look at that. There's the kid right there. And I guarantee you, she's going to say, love the car, but it doesn't have any personality to it in the exhaust note. That'll be the complaint. I'm not putting the window down because there's nothing there. There's just nothing there. So we're coming up to the car meet up here on the right-hand side. There it is. That car to me is just such a badass looking car. Sorry. I know I'm biased. Okay. I would think it'd be a healthy showing this morning. Is it? Yeah, not bad. Not too shabby. Got some Mustangs there. Get a little exhaust note there for the guys. How about that, huh? How about that exhaust note? So, what do you think of the Plum Crazy?
I like it, but it needs an exhaust, and I'd like it to be loud with maybe some diffusers on the back with the taillights tinted out.
Told you, everybody. Told you. Told you, like, oh, I love it, but no exhaust. Boring. See? I already knew that. Hey, Panera's happening. This place is packed. But you know what's going on? Everybody that usually sleeps in on Sunday morning, this is now 10 o'clock. So everybody usually likes to sleep in. They slept in.
I wish we kept it.
Now, if this isn't the multi-brand day, what isn't, right? Or what is? All right, to the car show. Oh, I just forgot to get the camera going to see the crew here. And who has shown up? Is it the Mopar guys? Is it the Chevy guys? What do we got going on here today, right? Where is a good spot for us? Got some Mustangs right over here. Right, toe. See that here. How about that, huh? Got the Mustang section here. So, gentleman here is being very nice. on letting this vehicle be shown on my channel, and not everybody wants to do that, so you don't have to necessarily be in it if you don't want to, but you can. So first of all, what year is your Lightning?
This is a 2023.
Okay, and what's the battery pack?
This is a 131 kilowatt hour battery pack. It's the extended range battery pack.
Okay.
This will give you 320 miles of range.
Okay, interesting. The Lightnings usually don't have retractable steps. Did you add that, or did you get that?
This came with a package. Those retractable steps is known as a power running board.
Okay.
This came with this trim model. There's 4 trim models in the Lightning:
Okay.
Pro, XLT, Lariat, and Platinum. This is the Lariat.
All right.
That came with the power running boards, spring in bed, the 10,000 pound towing package,
Okay.
2,000 pound payload,
Right.
320 mile range battery.
Okay, and you got the little accessory setup back here to repower if you want to configure to plug into your house and do your panel, all that stuff. That's right there. Is that correct?
This will give you 9.6 kW of power. You can power your house. You
Okay.
can power another EV off of this.
Okay. As far as your kilowatt range, what are you getting per mile or per kilowatt mile wise? You know.
I can get almost 3 kilowatts per mile on this. A lot of people are down in the lower 2s.
Okay.
But I'm gentle on the accelerator, gentle on the braking.
Okay.
So I drive easier than most people, so I get almost
Okay.
3 per mile.
All right. So you must have the drive mode and like the eco mode. There's like 3 different drive modes or 4 different drive
Yeah,
modes.
there's 4 different drive modes. I use the normal mode. There's something called single pedal mode. I don't use it. I'm
All right.
more of a traditional driver, so
Okay.
I'll use both the accelerator and the brake pedal to do that.
I like it because the back window comes down too. See the back window?
That's beautiful.
The back.
I know. I wish Ford would do that. That is creative. Isn't that really creative?
Yep.
The gentleman here, I mean, Toyota, that's been a thing that's under from day one. And so, do you mind if we look inside the truck?
Take your
Because
time.
for you, if you want to go to the other side, or I can go to the other side, you could show the viewers here on. You got to update. That's interesting. So, you've got to update on your vehicle. So you put this thing in update mode here.
So this thing will update via Wi-Fi.
Okay.
This
So
is telling you that it updated. I'm not sure what will happen actually here.
Okay.
You probably updated from home, and it's just showing that message right now.
all right.
This will the update over the air will prevent you from having to go to the dealership to do your updates.
Okay.
So I personally like it. Some people may not like it, but you know it's going to save you a trip to the dealership.
Now, in your screen here, you can show people your kilowatts, miles per kilowatt. You can show the drive modes. You know, it's like, so we go to drive modes up there. Can you show everybody the what mode you have yours in? Normal, sport. So you usually do normal.
Well, pretty much always. Sport will give you better traction on the road, act more like a sports car.
Yeah.
You feel it gripping the road more.
Okay.
I'm almost always normal. I almost never tow anything. That's tow haul.
Okay.
Off-road, I don't really off-road
here-
much, but you could do these if you wanted to.
So here's a question. The one pedal driving, that regenerates energy though off the pedal. So why wouldn't you want that to get better range?
Believe it or not, normal mode will also do that.
Does it?
Yeah.
So you
And
think the
it's-
one pedal takes away the battery range, huh?
you have to develop a feel for one pedal driving, right? You're braking and accelerating on one pedal.
Yeah.
I've not broken myself into that kind of
Okay.
It's a way of
Okay.
driving. You really have to train yourself how to do it.
Okay, what about the
very-
Blue Cruise? Are you comfortable with the Blue Cruise?
I've used Blue Cruise.
Okay.
It's highway only.
Right.
It requires an internet connection, believe it or not. You have to be connected to the Blue Cruise
GPS?
network while you're driving. GPS.
Right.
If you lose that connection, it's going to tell you to put your hands back on the steering wheel and back on the accelerator again. It's only for highways. It's not for every road.
Right. So, do you feel confident with it? Do you have your hand within hand's reach all the time?
Yeah, I feel completely confident with it. If it's going around a curve that's too sharp, or you lose that GPS connection, it'll tell you to put your hands back on the steering wheel.
Okay.
And it will tell you.
Right.
It'll blink loud. It will shake the steering wheel.
Okay.
So you can't ignore it.
All right. So, do you have a Pro Charger set up at your house, or you have the 240 set up?
I got the Pro Charger.
You
the
did.
240 actually arrived. I don't really need to install that. I charge off the level 2, the Pro.
Right.
It's more of a medium speed charging. That'll give me 18 miles of range every hour that I'm charging.
Right.
Personally, I think it's better on your battery when you charge at a slower pace
Yeah.
versus when you fast charge.
Right. So you don't have they all come with the charging system. So you put a 220, 240 outlet in your garage,
Yeah.
but you haven't
A NEMA
crossed the bridge.
1450, yeah.
You haven't crossed the bridge for the Pro Charger because it's a much more elaborate setup.
It's a much more elaborate setup.
You have to have the power panel.
Quite
to do
frankly, I got family in New Jersey. It's about 220 miles from where I live.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is, what I might do is have that fast charger installed at my brother's house.
Okay.
So when I get there, I'll charge, we'll talk for an hour, and I'll drive off again. This way I don't have to charge
All right.
at some electrified American network or somewhere where I'm not familiar with.
it. Right. All right. Let me walk around to you so you're not kind of having to continue to do that. So how do you like your frunk? How do you like the frunk setup?
Oh, it's
Do you hit your head on this little corner though?
It's beautiful. No,
Because I know tall people like you that claim they hit their head on
You
that.
need to keep your distance from this. You know,
Yeah.
15 foot of cubic space, 14
Yeah.
floor actually. It'll
Right.
hold 400 pounds.
Right.
You could put a ice in here in the bottom,
Yep, right.
self drain.
Okay.
Go to the store. There's
Right.
clips to hold your bags.
Is this here another accessory panel for all your power supply?
More
and-
120s. You got 4 more 120s right,
Right.
here.
Yeah, okay.
You got 2 USBs
Okay.
right there to charge there.
Right.
That's very nice.
All right.
One more thing that's cool. If you ever find yourself locked inside one of these, God forbid.
Yeah,
there's your
exactly.
escape
Right.
button
Right.
there.
Yeah. So, what's so interesting about these electric vehicles, it's still running off the 12-volt architecture of a 12-volt battery for the actual electronics. Isn't that something?
It is something.
And this is running off, I think, the 200, 220 volt architecture as well. I don't think it's the 400 yet. That's kind of the next phase, I think. If you kind of know that language, that's okay. So, now here's a question to you, though. Is you had a truck before this, or is this your first truck?
No, this is my first truck. I've driven the F-150 before for work. But
Okay.
this is the first one I've owned.
So this is in your lifetime. This is actually the first truck you've
This is
ever
the
bought.
first F-150. I was a former Jeep SUV driver, a Jeep
I drive to get all this.
Grand Cherokee Overland.
Okay.
Transmission blew up on that after 210,000 miles.
Well, that's pretty good.
I was on the list to get this.
Yeah.
The weekend it blew up, we called around
Right.
and found this was available at a dealership that was in Richmond,
Okay.
2 hours away, but we pulled the trigger.
So, to me, you seem very excited about the vehicle. It's a great vehicle. Is there any negatives? Is there somebody say, I'm on the edge. Do I go EV? Do I stay hybrid? Do I stay gas, ICE? For you, what would be the pluses or minuses of somebody that was in your shoes right now to say, okay, I don't know if I want to go that road or not? Anything that's negative on this vehicle or?
I'm not going to say anything negative about it. If there was a negative thing for me or anyone to say, what most people say is the charging network.
Right.
It's not the ubiquitous of the Tesla charging network.
Right.
Tesla was out there first. They're in all your supermarket parking lots. Harris,
Yeah.
Around here, Harris Teeters.
Right.
They're in front of your malls.
Right. But we're
Whereas-
going to that, though. The line is opening that up for us. You know that. Slowly.
That's what he said.
Slowly.
That's what he says.
Yeah, right. It's all about the money.
Who's to say
Yeah.
he can't pull back on his word
Right.
2 years from now when he's supposed to pull a trigger?
Right.
I charge at home.
Yeah.
So I got my own Tesla solar array on top of my roof, so I can charge off that.
Yeah. So how many miles do you average a day for you when you drive to work or whatever you do?
You see, I work from home, so this is just a, doing an errand here, errand
Right,
there kind
right.
of thing.
Okay.
So it's not a daily driver, and it might not never be.
Okay, so here's a great question for you. What drew you to this compared to like a Rivian? And keep in mind, I know the Rivian's expensive, but what kind of, did you ever even think of a Rivian as a truck? I don't think of Rivian as a truck personally. I don't give it credentials for that. So did you ever weigh that option?
Never even thought about it.
What about the General Motors that they're bringing their Chevy Silverado EV? It's not even really here per se. Did you even think of that?
About those other models, there's 4 major models. The one you just mentioned is the Rivian R1T,
Right.
Tesla Cybertruck, the Ram 1500 EV.
Yeah, right,
We got on the list for this 2 years ago, and we're waiting for one to come out.
right.
When you're waiting for one model that long, that's pretty much the model you go with. Not to take anything away from those other
Right.
manufacturers.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is a decades in the making truck.
Right.
It's still the F-150. They've been making it for how long? The 40s, the 50s.
Right.
And so
They have
took
the
engine
infrastructure.
out.
Right.
They got the infrastructure. Took the engine out. It's all battery. It drives like a dream.
Right.
So you have problems.
Well, so I've driven.
it works.
I've driven the Rivian, okay, and I've seen the vehicle. So what's incredible about Ford, what I like about the positives on the Ford technology, they kept it the same. Meaning, when you get in this vehicle, if you didn't really know, you didn't open the hood, and you were deaf, you would think this is a gas truck. Because all the electronics, you know, the standard shifter, your door here is a manual release. Okay, when you go to the Rivian product, I mean, I drove a test drive of a Rivian product last summer before, and even the sales guy was stumped because it was at Leesburg, or it was up at Tyson's Toyota. He couldn't even figure out how to turn the car on.
Yeah.
It's so overwhelming riding off that Tesla kind of like technology where you have a little switch like the Mercedes-Benz, you pull up and push down to get in drive and neutral. All the doors had no, if the power all went off, I don't know how you get out of the car because it doesn't have like a manual override to get out of the car. The storage on it, this was the storage right here, down here. That was the whole storage for the whole door. The interior didn't have cup holders. It had these little pull-out style cup holders. So the Rivian gets a lot of attention. I think the Rivian's a very cool vehicle, but I don't categorize it as a truck. You try to get in and out of the back seat, and if there's any Rivian people watching my channel, it isn't for me to say your Rivian's not a nice vehicle. It's just to show anybody out there that's on the page, do I go electric vehicle? What do I get? And I think this is a great video today because here's a gentleman here that's never owned a truck per se, but he's been driven to the F-150 Lightning truck because he thinks it's an overall great package. You feel very confident of what you just bought. And you're not a person who buys a vehicle every other year. You go buy a vehicle and keep it a very long time.
I keep it 10 years or more.
Right. So
this is a long-term investment.
Right. And so do you have family, wife, kids, all that other stuff?
Wife actually endorsed this. Loves tailgate step, obviously.
Yep. Yeah, that's old man step.
A lot of people will look down on that, but if you got a back injury or a leg injury,
right,
where you're short,
right,
that thing is a dream. Not unique to the EV,
yeah,
but
right,
very nice.
So, are you going to put a roll-up cover on it? You can do anything like that?
Yeah, maybe.
So so just so you know, my channel, I have these. I've had two of them. Okay, I have the Mach-E's. So I have a YouTube channel, and if you go to my channel, I have how-to videos for you to put a really nice roll-up Ford roll-up cover. I have a really nice video that shows you how to put a nice bed rug in. Even if you already have that. So I have a lot of EV. I have EV towing with my Lightning truck, which that kind of gets that's a negative on this vehicle, which you see through my channel. So what I did today, I didn't want to disclose to you that I actually own two of these because I wanted to hear your views. I really wanted to have you to be more like, hey, I'm going to show you what this truck's all about, and you've done a great job. And this, because there's so many people out there that they don't like the EV stuff. They don't feel like it's more of an agenda. Okay, so for me,
there's a lot of negativity out there.
Right. So for me, I'm more of the motorhead enthusiast. I like all vehicles, and that's why I have these vehicles because I've learned so much.
And you've seen the attention to detail.
Oh yeah,
Tie down straps.
Oh, it's
over the bed.
Okay, right.
Bottle opener.
Right.
The measuring stick right there.
And the quality. You hear the truck, the door close. You go down the road.
It feels solid.
And the car is extremely fast. I mean, this thing just poof.
I think
gone.
It's 4.4 0 to 60.
Hey, so it's a great vehicle. I like mine. I've had two of them. I bought the first one. I was able to flip it and make a good amount of money off of it. Second one I bought is for my company, and I have 20,000 miles on my 2022 that I bought September last year. So if you want to see more about what, me, I got my cars here and all. And once again, I really appreciate you being very nice and cordial to let me video your truck because this is a really pretty color. And they took away one color in 2023. It was that liquid quartz or something like that. I can't remember if that was correct.
That was a nice color.
But anyways, and you got a YouTube channel as well. For anybody who wants to go look at your YouTube channel, what's the name of that channel?
At THTech000.
Okay.
That's what you type in. It's all on this.
Okay.
A little bit on aerial drones before that.
Nice.
And maybe some different vehicles upcoming in the future.
Okay, nice. All right. Well, I really do appreciate you letting me take time to show your video.